Hello and welcome to Driving Double Feature Podcast. I'm Nathan.
I'm Ryan.
And this is the podcast where we talk about 2 movies a week every Tuesday and Thursday. But before we get into this week's episode, I want to talk to you about our Patreon. If you head over to patreon.com/Driving Double Feature Podcast, you get fun games, fun conversations, all for $5 a month. What wait, really? We're giving that stuff away for $5 a month? Hold up. I'm like, man, I can't believe we're giving that kind of stuff away.
Nathan, I would pay $5 a week for that type of content.
Yeah, and you could if you wanted to, but we aren't going to let that happen. Just for $5 a month, you help support us and you get that fun stuff over there. But let's go ahead and get into today's movie. We are talking about 1950's The Gunfighter, directed by Henry King. And, I guess coming in from the presses, Roger Corman worked on part of the script for this movie. Woo, we can't get away from him.
Where's the boobs then?
Yeah, where's the boring plot stretched out to 70 minutes? Oh, I guess you could say that.
I think this movie needed like a really like sleazy nude scene. I mean, that would have really just put this movie over the top for me.
I think so. I think that would have made it really enjoyable, really fun. Instead, we got nothing. We get people talking about their emotions. Boo. Yeah. So The Gunfighter, if you couldn't tell from the title, this is a Western. I didn't really know much about it, but I've had it on my watch list for a bit, and I believe Criterion has a
Oh, it's masterpiece now.
Yeah. So before I saw your 2-star rating.
Yeah,
wait, you put it up to a 4.5 now? Wow.
Listen, I mean, if Criterion puts their name on it, I'm there.
I know. They've never put out a bad movie. Never. But yeah, so The Gunfighter, you have any I'm just gonna ask, do you have any experience with this one?
No, I've no experience other than, I like Gregory Peck. I think Gregory Peck's a good actor.
Yeah, that's a big thing. So The Gunfighter is played by Gregory Peck, which Gregory Peck is awesome. He's great. He was really good in The Omen. The Omen.
Oh, that's like his big, like everyone's like, oh, The Omen. Oh,
well, yeah, that was
Gregory Peck. Yeah, no, he never got any other recognition. Everyone's just like, The Omen. It's, oh my God, who is this? Who's this young upstart?
Yeah, this guy, this real up and comer. But no, of course, like he very established actor in a ton of amazing movies. I feel like I could name a lot, most importantly To Kill a Mockingbird, where he played Atticus Finch, which is one of the great film roles. Have you ever seen the movie Gentleman's Agreement?
No.
He won Best Actor for that one, and and won Best Picture as well. And that's right.
I don't think he won Best Actor.
No, but it won Best Picture at least, right?
Yeah, it did.
No, he did not win Best Actor. It won Best Supporting Actress and Best Director. But yeah, he didn't win for that one. But anyway, we'll get away from that. So this movie is, you got a lone gunfighter named Ringo, and you have a title right up the front.
And I'm like, where's John and Paul?
I knew you were gonna make that joke. I knew it was coming. I don't know. I saw that he was Ringo. I was like, oh, we're gonna get a Beatles joke. And I like that you didn't even mention George. George Harrison didn't even.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be whenever they do those Beatles movies where they're all supposed to come out in the same month. The George one. Do you think the George one will be the least watched one?
So are you gonna do you're gonna do all 4 Beatles movies like in 1 week? Are you gonna do that? Like one day?
Well, you know how maybe, but you know how it's supposed to go, right? They're doing like one a week. So supposedly from what I saw, it's like it's gonna be, one movie about them each week, which seems really bad, right? It seems like such a bad idea.
I think they could have done it for The Gunfighter. Like imagine if they had like a Jimmy Ringo movie, and then like his wife had her own movie, and then like his son had his own movie.
Oh yeah, I would have really appreciated that. I think just kind of like going through their whole stories, and all of them end very similarly. Uh, they all get shot in the back.
Hmm.
But this movie is about this guy.
By
Oh,
Mark David Chapman.
Mark David
I-
Chapman. What? Oh, pfft. Yeah, that's silly. I would. It'd be so funny if the John Lennon movie doesn't like go over that. It's just like, nah, we don't talk about that. Um, but obviously, I don't know my assassins too well. But Ringo comes into town, and unfortunately, everybody wants a piece of him because the title cards at the beginning say that, like, we all know Wyatt Earp and those kind of names, Billy the Kid, but the best gunfighter in the West was Ringo. What's the full name again?
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy Ringo. Um, and he goes in the town, and this man cannot get a drink anywhere. He just orders a drink, and some kid has to be like, you don't look so tough. Come on. And then starts to pick a fight with him. And that's just his arc the whole
Oh,
movie.
but this man does not want to be a gunfighter at all. He's made it very clear. He's just like, I just happen to be really good at killing people, but people just try to start
Uh-huh.
confrontations with me, and then they just start bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes in this bar. He just wants to drink, and you're this little kid, like this like teenager, basically, just like, hey, I heard you're a real tough guy, huh? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and the kid like tries to shoot him, and so Jimmy Ringo just kills him right there. He's just like, what'd you want me to do? Like get shot?
Yeah.
Because somebody was like, because I think the bartender or something was like, oh, you didn't have to do that. He's like, what do you want me to do? Like just die?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, because he's gonna pull out a gun. He pulled out a gun. So I mean, like, yeah, that's the proper reaction. Like, I had to defend myself, and but you could tell that's like the last thing he wanted because I think that's what's fun about this movie, or maybe not fun, but interesting about it is the whole time anybody picks a fight with him, he's just like, come on, you don't want this. But the other person just will never listen to any type of reason. He just wants to exist. Because I guess the idea of the movie is that he made these choices when he was young to be notorious, because that's what he wanted. But once he actually received that notoriety, he realized, oh, this is actually not good. This has just ruined my life. Because he goes to town, he ends up running away from there. We'll get into what happens in between, but he gets to the new town, and just as soon as he gets in the town, everybody knows he's there, and the whole town is alerted and watching him. So he just cannot get any peace and quiet wherever he can go. Because he shot like I think 13 men, but almost all of them were like in self-defense.
yeah, well, that's the thing. Like I said, he's not one to like go around to like prove that he's a gunfighter. Like he doesn't go
Mm-mm.
around looking for trouble. Like he just happened to kill like the wrong guy, and because of that, now he just has the title of gunfighter, where it's just
Yeah.
people are just like, I want to be the next gunfighter because I heard you're the real tough guy here.
Yeah, yeah. So he has to deal with that, but he ended up killing the guy he kills at the beginning is actually someone of importance. He has three brothers that don't care about why he was shot. They're just gonna get their vengeance. So they go out, and actually one of the like I love this shot of the three dudes trying to like they got their horses to go up and kill him, and then Gregory Peck is on standing on top of a rock looking down on them with his gun pointed at them. Really cool stuff. And yeah, he scares them all off. He scares off their horses, leaves them out in the desert, and he knows that he's getting chased after, but he stops into a town, and we kind of realize what happens. So this movie kind of has like a high noonish thing where we are focused on time and how closer and closer these people are getting to this town.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a really particular reason why he's stopping in this town.
Yeah.
Uh, what
Well,
did you
yeah.
want to say?
Yeah, might as well. So his wife is there. I guess they split, but they had a child together, and for their safety, he left them behind. And I guess he wants to see his wife and kid. Well, maybe not one last time. I guess that's not the way he thinks of it, but he's like, I'm old. We could run and just that's like towards the end of the movie, though, because his wife at first does not want to see him. It's like, no, that's not cool. That's not safe.
Well, one thing I do like before we get to the wife is
Yeah.
when he goes to the saloon and the owner of the saloon is basically just like, it's like, oh hey Jimmy, like I remember our time that we spent together. Remember back in the day? And he's just like, yeah, yeah, whatever. And then the saloon owner, just like the bartender's like, go get the marshal. Like that's, and then like his shop owner, like his assistant, like runs off, but he has like
Yeah.
he's holding the mop or whatever. He's like, yeah, give me that. Like,
Yeah, he's like, leave that behind. Yeah, and then they run to the marshal, and then somehow everybody in town finds out instantly because he's like, "Oh, can I wash up?" And he's like washing up with a faucet in the back of the bar. They didn't have a shower, a hot shower, like for like truckers have. You pay for like 30 minutes and you just shower somewhere.
where would they get a shower?
I know, I'm just kidding.
But no, but he did ask for a bath though.
Yeah, and maybe there was a bath back there. He just didn't get the chance to use it. Um,
But because he does know the marshal though, because him and the marshal do have history, and like
mhm,
the thing is though, it's like the marshal, even though Ringo is like a well-known gunfighter, like he's
mhm.
wanted and all that, the marshal does know that he's a good man. He
Yeah.
knows he's like, look, like I know you're not here to cause any trouble or whatever, but because of your name and your reputation, I can't have you here. I
Mhm.
need you to get out of town.
Yep.
But but Ringo is very adamant. It's like, I'm not leaving this town
Hmm.
until I at least speak to my wife.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's the waiting game. And he knows there are people coming after him. So it's almost like a specific amount of time that he's not leaving till he sees his wife, but there is a time where these people will roll in and try to kill him too.
And Ringo's got this little baby that he's carrying with him, and he's blind. And
Yeah, I think you're mixing up movies. Jack Black was there.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, That's fun. I mean, westerns are just good. I don't know. Maybe I was in a western mood. But yeah. So he's kind of waiting in the saloon, and that's his deal. This is a western. That's I don't know. Westerns are like this. I've noticed more and more. They're kind of like hangout movies sometimes. Sometimes it's more about like the characters and just like chilling and waiting for something to happen.
that's one of the nice things about this movie is like there are like some action scenes. As this
Mhm.
movie isn't like completely talking, but it's like you said, it's almost just like a real like atmosphere type of movie where they're just
Yeah.
like they're like the whole town is like centered around this one event, this one man, and they're just like how each person is reacting to this one guy here.
Mhm.
And you got because we had like these people like in the barber shop, they're all just like,
Mhm.
oh man, like this guy's like bad news type of thing. And then again, you get like another like hot shot kid that's in the barber shop. He's just like,
Mhm.
yeah, he's not so tough. Like I.
Yeah, I
And
hated that character so much. He pissed me off.
oh,
So
I know.
annoying. Because everybody's like, dude, don't mess with him. Just don't do it. He's like, I do what I want. I ain't yellow.
Well, because I mean, he's like, like in his late teens, early 20s at best or
Hmm.
whatever. And, he's clearly just like a kid, and they're all just like telling him like, you don't want to mess with him. And then when he goes over there, like, Ringo just kind of makes him like into a fool,
Yep.
and basically just like, you need to leave here right now. And like it just totally embarrasses him. And then he just
Hmm.
like, I thought it was funny because he stopped his haircut. Like he was like he
Hmm.
stopped like whatever his haircut. Like, I'm gonna go deal with that Ringo guy. And then after Ringo embarrasses him, he just walks back to the barber shop and like goes back to getting his haircut.
I don't know if I could trust. I would have to really trust a barber to like for me to pick up and drop off to be like, I'll be back here in an hour. You can finish it up in an hour. I don't know. Would they? I don't know if I. I guess it's not too hard. Do you think you could pick up a haircut with an hour break in between?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm just
And
wondering. Yeah.
I mean, what if your hair grows in that short amount of time?
Right, and it grows in like really weird. What
It's like, all right, they're like, I can't. I'm not. I already cut this area once. You got to pay me again for a second haircut.
my biggest fear would be of your hair looking horrible because like For me, I feel like they always trim my sides and then they get my top. So like imagine like they get your sides, they're really thin, but you have like this huge mop of hair just like lingering around. You got a rat tail behind you. It's like I gotta go. We'll take care of this later.
That's how like a lot of people used to do it like in the 30s and stuff. Like they'd have
Really?
the side. Well, I mean, I just think of like those scenes like in movies where like they get like their like the sides of their head like shaved really short and
Yeah.
then like on top of their head like they have like a bunch of gel or product or whatever, like
Mm.
pomade. And then if you ever see like when they get like hot and sweaty or whatever, or
It
like,
all
you know, flushed,
falls.
it all falls and it's like all hanging in their eyes, like
Yeah.
really super long hair.
Yeah, I feel like you did see that, or you saw that a lot in like older movies. I think of this is an older movie, but I think of Brad Pitt and Fury. Remember his haircut in that movie? But that was a little more
Oh yeah.
styled.
I
Uh,
I was thinking more of a Green Mile because there's like a scene where like
that's right.
there's a scene with Percy the guard where his hair gets all like messed up and it's really long, even
Yeah.
though it looks short when it's styled.
Talk
What a great
about.
character.
I was gonna say we're on the topic of miserable characters. Percy is just like, just oh god, don't get me started on that character. Screw that guy. What a great movie though. The Green Mile rocks. But getting back to this movie, one thing I like that everybody in town almost has some beef with this guy. One of my favorite scenes in the entire movie actually is when Gregory Peck and the marshal are in the prison together because Gregory Peck actually puts somebody in the prison himself because he tries to kill him. There's a guy who thinks that his son was murdered by Ringo. And Ringo's like, the name doesn't ring a bell. I remember every single person I've killed. I did not kill your son. But this guy's still, his heart is still full of vengeance. So he's just like, I'm going to put you in prison because I'm just going to do that. And then after that, all the women in town are hate that Ringo is here. And they're like, oh, I hate that this man gets to sit in the bar with protection and Gregory Peck is there. And they just don't know that that's Ringo. So he has to sit
Oh
there
yeah.
and listen to them complain about him, talk about how horrible he is. And he's just like, well, maybe he's not that bad of a guy. Maybe he's just passing through.
I say we leave him alone.
Which I kind of, I don't, I thought it was a funny scene. I kind of like, and
That was
also a
a
little
funny.
touching.
I like it too because then when you say like, it's like, oh yeah, isn't that right, Ringo? He's like, yeah, that's right. He's like, yes, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like the
It,
double take.
yeah. Nah, it's a funny little scene. But
Uh,
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
no, I, this might be. I mean, I don't know, but like, one thing I do want to say is one thing I really do appreciate a lot about this movie is Gregory Peck is just really good in this movie.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought, you know,
Awesome. Yeah.
like I really wasn't expecting much from this movie, to be honest. Like I was
Mhm.
expecting like a, you know, like a pretty okay Western.
Yeah.
Um, you know, like Gregory Peck's performance just really elevates this movie for me. Just like
Yeah.
he really just like captivates you in. Like even though like he's not like a very over the top kind of guy, you know, he's very
Hmm.
serious type of thing, but you know, it's just you really buy into the fact that this guy is a good-natured guy, but also very dangerous.
Yeah, no, he sells that really well because he still is very snappy, very like, I will kill you, I have a gun pointed at you. But you can tell that he only does that because he's provoked and that's his nature. And yeah, no, I think it's the character writing and Gregory Peck. And this is one of those you watch movies from the 40s and 50s, and there's good performances.
Gross.
No, stop. But there's good performances, and they're like but they're theatrical sometimes, right? It's not the same acting style that you would see nowadays. But I feel like Gregory Peck in this movie is a very nuanced performance. It doesn't have that old feel to it. It's really like strong. Like you can feel in him the pain and of having this burden on his shoulders.
Well, yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. Because if you go back and watch a lot of those old movies, it's almost like they go and they still have like a big theater type of performance
Yeah.
where you know they and you know you don't. It's a different medium, so you really have to change how you play a character
Hmm.
from theater to film, and because of like film is relatively new, like when it like in the 30s, 40s, that type of thing, there
Hmm.
wasn't a whole lot of transition. But
Hmm.
I think what you said is right. I mean, like when you, it's like Gregory Peck really kind of personifies that type of new acting style where it's just
Yeah.
like he's very reserved. He's just he could tell like he's got like these walls built up, and he's
Hmm.
not willing to let a lot of people in. And the only people that he really trusts are like his family and like the marshal. And
Yeah.
he realizes that he has to be super guarded at
Hmm.
all times because he can never really relax. And we kind of see that towards the end of the movie, which, spoilers, he does end up getting killed.
Yeah.
And the there's that annoying kid at the barber shop, he's the one, he shot him right in the back. and
Yeah.
and basically, like, it's almost like a curse like gets put onto this kid because like they tell him like, okay, well, this is your life now, you're the new gunfighter, congrats, like,
Yeah.
this, you're going to be looking over your shoulder at all times, everyone's going to be wanting to prove how tough they are and
Yeah.
that type of thing.
It's actually really like powerful. It's so crazy the way we're talking positively about this movie because I also wasn't expecting a ton because and especially when you watch it, it's a scrappy western. It's not big. It feels like it was probably pretty cheap, but it's the plot that really rings true because yeah, I love the ending because he gets shot in the back after convincing his wife like we can run away, we can do this because she's so against it, and then finally she's like, you know what, we can do it. So he gets out of town, and what ends up killing him is this dumb kid shooting him in the back in the most cowardly way possible. And then Gregory Peck is like, he does he's like, no, I drew first, so don't arrest him. And yeah, and in your head it's like, why is he doing him a favor? And then like even the kid says that, and Gregory Peck knows, oh, it's not a favor. This is going to be the worst thing that'll ever happen to you. And then the marshal takes him to the barn and beats the crap out of him too. I wasn't expecting
Yeah,
that. Just like punch. I don't know if that was added just to like get some catharsis or something there at the end, just to see this character get beat up. Um,
probably, but that was welcome.
I was okay with it. Um, but yeah, no, I think that's really good because it's not till way late in the movie that they finally do connect him and his wife, and he does meet his son. Um, and his son, it's funny because his son loves Wyatt Earp, and it's like, Ringo's not that big of a deal, but is still really excited. Because yeah, this movie has all these plots going because the kid keeps running away to go to the bar to see if anybody gets murdered. Um,
Oh yeah, because there's a gunfight about to happen, and then his mom shows up. It's like, I'm gonna skin you alive. You should stay and watch it. And he's like, ah, gee.
But all the other boys are gonna get to watch it. Yeah, because school's canceled. That's right, because all the boys didn't show up, so they just let all the girls out. Um, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much the whole movie. It's a pretty tight movie. It's short. There's not a lot of plot into this one. But honestly, it was very captivating for a movie that's all. It's a lot of dialogue, a lot of build up. I think, like you said, and we've talked about before, Gregory Peck is what really helps this movie. That character is just really nuanced and dark and hopeful, but then it's such a tragedy. It all works really well.
I try to think like if there was a different actor in this movie, um, would it still have resonate as well? And I think if it would, if I think if there was like another actor that gave like a decent performance, I think it would have probably lived up to the standard of what we were expecting of it being like a little like, yeah, it was like a little okay Western, it was fine type of thing. But um, just to reiterate that Gregory Peck, turns in a really great performance for a movie that he did not have to put all that effort into,
No.
and he just really proves like why he's remembered as one of the great actors because like I said, it really feels like he just put up a really great effort for this movie.
Yeah, I totally agree. So that's actually a good question to pose because this movie, for a long time, I read, John Wayne, of course, was tied to this movie, and I guess he was really interested in it. But when it went to Colombia, he decided against it because I guess he really hated the president of Colombia for some reason. So I like John Wayne. He's fun, but he wouldn't have done it the same, especially not
I
1950 John Wayne.
you know I do enjoy John Wayne movies. He does have some good performances that I like, and he does have some fun westerns. But had this been a John Wayne movie, I think it would have been good, but I think it would have been lost in the shuffle of all the other John Wayne Western movies.
I totally agree. And I think it would have felt weird because John Wayne, when I think of his westerns, I'm thinking like big westerns, big deal westerns. And this one is very low key. It's a very low key western. But yeah. And then I guess I'll throw in, I guess Ethan Hawke is working on a remake of this movie as we speak. So we'll see if that goes anywhere.
Terrific. I cannot wait.
Yeah. But I do think that's two recommends
Do,
from
do,
both of
do,
us. Oh,
do
what's
you
up?
think he's gonna play like? Do you think he's gonna be playing like a little short guy, like in Blue Moon? Like you're gonna get him like in like this. He's gonna get him like they're gonna make like a giant saloon, and he's gonna be sitting like there, like looking like a little tiny guy.
I'm just a little guy. I'm the littlest gunfighter. There we go. That's what I want to see. Yeah, yeah. Or he's really tall, and they make him look really tall. They do like special things to do that. It's so funny in Blue Moon. We don't really talk about modern movies, but that the shots of him when he looks so tiny, it is it is so
It's
funny.
just it's very distracting.
But screw it. Why not? Why don't we talk about it? Let's add some time here. I think he needs to be higher ranked to win Best Actor. That performance is really damn good in Blue Moon. If you can say whatever you want about the movie, but I really liked him in that movie.
I really like that one, but he's not my favorite of the year.
No, he's not my favorite either, but I do think it's a great performance. I
I
just
do
want
too.
I wanted to show him some respect. Um, But anyway, I do think that wraps it up for this one. But Ryan, remind us, what are we covering on Thursday?
Well, Nathan, we're going to be talking about the secret life of Walter Mitty, not the Ben Stiller version. We're going to be
Shh.
talking about
Oh,
the Danny Kaye version, which is streaming on Tubi right now.
awesome. Well, I'm excited to watch that one. And if you want to email us, you can email us at driveanddoublefuturepodcast@gmail.com. You can also check us out wherever you get podcasts on YouTube as well. And check us out on Patreon. But until next time.
Until next time.